This is what you learn over the course of a lifetime about sex. You learn that men and women, we both lie about sex. We just lie in opposite directions. Men exaggerate their exploits and their interests simply because they live to impress women. It's the truth, it's stupid, and it's simple, and it's true. And every woman in here, at some point, you'll meet a guy who's like, oh, I like it all. You know, step on my nuts and cut my nipples open. Set me on fire. And then you're like, okay. He seems fun. And then you get him in bed, and what happens? He's like, is that a match? I don't feel safe. I want to call a rideshare to pick me. He's a fucking liar. He's a liar. Now, women do the opposite lie. Women diminish their accountability when it comes to sex, but I'll defend you. I think you do it for a very good reason. The reason a lot of women diminish their accountability when it comes to sex is they have a very real and valid fear that some men will shame them for enjoying some of the same things that they enjoy. Isn't that right, ladies? All right, so there's like 30 whores here. That's crazy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you for cheering. Then, I think about things that happen in my own life, and I realize that these theories are true. I remember I had a roommate one time, and we both knew this beautiful girl named Nicole. And one day, my roommate goes, oh, I hooked up with Nicole. And I go, oh, really? And then he said something super weird and gross, and I apologize in advance. But he was like, he goes, yeah, man, her puss. He made sounds, which also made it way worse, He was like, I was like, oh. He was like, it was so snuggly and warm, I wanted to take a nap in there. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, felt so good. He goes, it felt like a blanket that was lined with butter. And I go, what the fuck? And then I dated her for 2 months after that. You know why? Because I like butter too, sir. So one day I'm with her. I guess I'm feeling insecure. I bring it up. I go, it's kind of weird you've hooked up with my roommate. And she goes, what? I go, yeah. She goes, I've never touched your roommate. I go, really? She goes, hell no. I go, okay. So I go back to my place. I go, hey man, she said you guys never hooked up. And he goes, oh yeah, that's true. I go, I should have known from the buttered blanket pussy line. I go, why would you tell me that? He goes, dude, who cares? And he turned on the TV. That was our whole conversation about it. Years later, I was dating another woman, and we were talking about sex, like the topic of sex. And I brought up threesomes. I go, have you ever had a threesome? You know what she said? She goes, I go, I didn't ask, did you remember to take your Adderall today? Have you had sex with 2 other people at the same time? She goes, not really. I go, not really? Was one of them an amputee? Because that still counts. And she goes, well, here's the thing. I go, this is a here's the thing? She goes, yes, technically I was in one, but I was sunburnt. And I go, what the fuck? She goes, yeah, I was in there, but I didn't really participate because my sunburn was killing me. I go, this is insane. Women's only logic you got going on right now. And she goes, how about you? I go, yeah, I blew 4 guys, but I had poison ivy, so it doesn't count either. Just... She was an absolute whore, and she's dead. Probably. I've been thinking about killing my wife. I've been talking about it too, mostly with my wife. It's her fault. She started it. We were in the house one day, and she just lobs this at me. She goes, how easily do you think you could kill me with your bare hands? I go, very. She goes, really? I go, it wouldn't even be a little bit hard. She goes, no. And I go, yeah. I'm not saying I'm a badass. I'm saying I can kill you with little to no effort. Now this shit comes up all the time. Whenever we're together. We were in New York. We were waiting for the subway, just kind of standing there. And at one point I was like, oh, I could fucking shove you off of that platform right now. And she looks, she goes, I would die. I go, no shit. And then she goes, you shouldn't. I go, what? She goes, there's cameras here, and there's people everywhere. You're gonna get caught. I was like, yeah, good looking out. Okay. We went to Hawaii. We were on a hike, just on this cliff's edge, and at one point, I put my hands on her shoulders. I go, you know, if I wanted to, I could throw you off. And she looked, she goes, I would die. I go, you're getting good at this. Yeah. I go, of course I'm not going to. There's rocks there. Your body would be exposed. There'd be homicide detectives everywhere. It would fuck up my day. I'm not doing it. I go, but if you look down there, I don't see any rocks. If I did it over there, the tide would take you out, and then I would have an awesome week in Hawaii. And then we kissed. I guess that's love, right? Yeah, but she's alive.
I don't respect that. I like my shame straight up and honest. And nobody does that better than the West Coast burger chain In-N-Out. And if you've never been in In-N-Out, get your fucking life together and go. And I want you to go simply so you can experience the most shameful and honest question in all of fast food. Because you pull up and you go, I'll have a double, fries and a Coke. And they go, will you be eating in the car? Yeah, I think so. And they go, I bet you will, you fat fucking pile of garbage. Doesn't that question sting? You're like, am I living in my car? Why am I eating in my car? Because if you say no, they give you a bag and they're like, leave with dignity. But if you say yes, it's an open tray and they go, eat out of that, pig. And then it falls in your lap and they go, pick it up. And you're like, how about, and they go, are you going to jerk off when you get home because you're lonely? And you're like, yes, yes. We're going to give you a free milkshake because you're bumming everybody out. We're fast food workers. You're making us sad. Get the fuck out of here. The rest of us are not having that shit. And let me tell you something, man. I'm jealous of interracial loyalty because I see it. You know, if you're white, you see it with other races. Asian, you see it with black people for sure. What I'm talking about, there can be a dangerous situation. Let's say it's a fight, and there's a black guy in that fight. And then another black guy that doesn't know him will go, I'm going to involve myself. Just on account of us being of the same race. At our core, we are brothers. I see that, I'm like, wow. Because when you're white and you're in that situation, you're like, fuck that guy. I don't know that guy. Do whatever you want to him. I don't give a shit. Let you do something like that guy in the park and then look at me like, hey man, are you gonna help out? You should know something. You're about to get murdered, okay? I will fucking take pictures as you're beaten and upload them, hashtag honky, hashtag dead honky, fuck you cracker, I'm out of here. Now, not everybody agrees on weed. That's fine. I don't care. Like my parents, you know, we don't agree on. They're not cool with weed. I don't care. They're old. I still love them. My dad's a Vietnam vet. You know, some of them are cool with weed. Some of them are not. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. And, you know, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant. I was in charge of people. It just didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers. I go, were there people in there? He goes, there were, yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there. And then last year I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. Whoa. I can remember the first time we ever talked about weed because it was Christmas Day. That's why it stood out. I was 12 years old. I think my sister brought it up. She was like, I want to smoke weed. And my dad goes, you want to know what I think of marijuana? And I was genuinely curious. I go, what, Dad? He goes, I was at a party one time, and somebody pulled out a marijuana cigarette, and I said, I'm out of here. And I was like, cool story, nerd. You got any other ones? And he goes, well, yeah, one time I was in Vietnam, and some Viet Cong tried to sell my Marines marijuana. So I found him, and I picked him up by his throat, and I threw him on the ground, and I put my M16 in his face, and I said, if you ever come here again, I'll fucking kill you. And I go, do you have any stories in between those two stories? Jesus, it's Christmas, bro. God damn. I was trying to figure out, like, where is power the most equal, you know? I think it's a parking lot. Just hear me out. It doesn't matter what you drive. If you drive something, that parking space is yours. And when you are ready to leave and other people are looking for a place to park, oh, don't you love that moment? Like you're walking back to your car from the mall on a Saturday and you're done shopping and you see people like, where will I park? And then they see me and they're like, hey, are you? I'll be like, I don't know. Maybe. I like to give them false hope. Do you ever do that? Like, I know they're waiting for the brake light. Well, first they have their blinker on, like that's an official, that's like my blinkers, that's just mine. You're like, okay. Are the U.S. Marshals gonna back you up on this shit right now? But they want your brake light to appear, because that means you're starting the car. So I'll do this. I'll just hit my brake and release it. And you feel the tension rising, you're like, this is exciting. And then they snap, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's when I go, I'm eating In-N-Out. I'm gonna have this burger now. It's probably gonna take an hour, I don't know. But then as soon as they drive by, I'm like, nah, I'll eat it later. I'm gonna go ahead and take off. It's Los Angeles DMV. So I leave, I'm in a panic. I go straight to my doctor. I go to the same abusive asshole doctor I've been seeing for over a decade. I walk into his office, I go, dude, test my vision. And he goes, you should get a prostate exam. I'm like, for my eyes? And he goes, you should do it. I go, I'm not even 40. And he goes, try it. I'm like, try it? Like a sorbet, just see if I'm into this flavor? And he's like, yeah. I go, all right, you're my doctor, so okay. So I'm naked, I'm in the fetal position. He lubes up. It is a ton of lube. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, that's why I've never had success with this before. And he goes, you're gonna feel a little bit of pressure, and that is my cock. It's my finger, like that. It's moderately funny, but if someone's finger is going in your ass as they say that, you're laughing. I promise you're laughing. Just out of appreciation, you know, you're like, you said cock. That's crazy. And then he checks, rather aggressively, I would add. And he goes, you feel all right? And I go, okay. And he goes, hey, if you want a second opinion, I could put another finger in there. So I go, get it out. And he goes, well, stop laughing. Every time you laugh, you're clamping on me. I can't get my finger out until you stop laughing. And I go, get it the fuck out, now. And then I sit up, I go, did you just give me a prostate exam so you could run those two lame-ass jokes by me? And he goes, yes, I did. And I said, it was really funny, actually. I'm not that bad. I'm not. I'm a new dad. How about that? Yeah. It's the best. It's awesome. Guys always hit me up. I don't know why they trust me, but they're like, should I do it? And I'm like, yeah, of course you should do it. It's the best. It's awesome. They're amazing. And also, being a dad is easy, man. Super easy. It's way easier than being a mom. Here's all you got to do if you want to be a great dad. Seriously. Don't abandon your kid. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now, I do believe being a mother is inherently harder, especially at the beginning. And that's why I don't like when I hear men complain about it. I have friends like, my kid cries a lot. And I'm like, yeah, because you're his dad. That's why he cries a lot. If I saw your face first thing in the morning, I'd bawl my fucking eyes out too. So, what do you mean he cried? He can't talk, you dumb shit. Yeah, means something. Figure it the fuck out. That's why they make them so cute. Did you know that? It's so you don't strangle him. My son is so fucking cute. He's not Asian baby cute, but he's right below that, you know? Asian babies are cuter than bunnies and puppies combined. I would throw away 20 white babies to have an Asian baby. But thankfully, the exchange rate is better than that. So, 5? I don't know. Can we please stop collectively as a society, stop pushing the myth that having a baby is a selfless act? I hear people say that shit all the time. That's the most selfless thing that you'll ever do. No, it's not. It's not selfless. It's selfish. Necessary, but selfish. Why? You fall in love with a miniature version of you. What's more selfish than that? You're like, this is awesome. He looks just fucking like me. I've never loved anything more in my entire life. My favorite parts of you are the parts that look like me. Some parts look like you, those parts are all right, but the parts that look like me are amazing. I would do anything for you, mostly because I feel like I'm doing it for myself. You're the best, new, fresh me. That's what you're doing when you have a kid. You're populating the world with more of you. You're saying, I'm fantastic. Here's another one of me. Do we really need that many more of you? You know? I mean, do we? I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. had 4. I get it. He should have had 10. But you? All excited about crab legs are on sale at Costco on Sunday, y'all. I think we're all good on you. I think maybe you should stop. Now, I'll be real with you. If you're wondering about it, about parenthood, you're going to have no more time. It's okay, because you'll still have moments. Time and moments are different. What's time? Time is like, let's say tomorrow, you sleep until noon, and then you eat food in bed, and then you go, fuck today, and you go back to sleep. You got a lot of time on your hands. Moments are like, you take a sip of something, you're like, that's good, that moment is now over. See? You live in moments. Masturbating is important, you know? You appreciate it more when you're a parent. I look forward to masturbating more than I look forward to sex. You know why? Because I know I'm going to treat me right. That's why. Yeah. I love it, man. I clear the bed. The dogs can watch, but nobody else, you know? And I'm at the point now where I taunt myself. Any of you do that? I'll lay in bed and I'll be like, oh, who's been a good boy, you know? Like, who's been good? Who's been bad? And then I grab my balls from behind. I'm like, who the fuck was that? Did you... You brought somebody? I didn't bring anybody, but I keep it exciting. I'm telling you the truth.
That's good, Tom. So it is beyond your capacity to explain how much you end up loving your kids. It is. And like now, I'm on that side of it. So I get to be amused by people who don't have kids, who swear that they get it. That's my favorite. Like to hang out with a friend who doesn't have any kids and he's like, yeah, man, I see that you love your kids. I totally know what you're feeling because I love my dog. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not diminishing pet love. Pet love is real. Absolutely. I've had pets my entire life. It's the best. I've rescued animals. I encourage you to do it. I have a dog that I adore. But here's the difference between my love for that dog and my kids. If that dog were to hurt one of my kids, immediately and without question, I would drown that dog, all right? And I mean through yelps like, I'd go, like that. And then I would give it to my son. I'd be like, remember when that hurt you? I killed it. And he'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this dead dog? And I go, I don't know, maybe learn to stand up for yourself so I don't have to do shit like that, all right? Not everybody likes it. I'll tell you, my own mother is not a fan. She lives for arguing. There are some people built like that. She lives for combative things. She wants to just fucking stab, twist, turn. She loves it. She's also a dream crusher, which is my least favorite quality in a human being. You know, a dream crusher, the person who, no matter what you say you want to do or try, they're like, not you. And you're like, it's good to have you around, you know? Those stay with you, right? Like, I bet you me just bringing it up brings them to your own memory. That's how powerful they are. I do remember telling her, I was like, I'm going to LA to do stand-up. This is years ago. I say it to her. I'm going to LA to do stand-up. Her response was, you should go to the post office. I was so naive. I was like, they do stand-up shows at the post office? And she goes, no, to work. I was like, oh, no. Stand-up would be the work. And she goes, I understand. I was like, wait a minute. Am I telling you my dream, and then you're saying, go be a mailman? And she was like, Jason. Okay. Now I do all right. You know, I make a good living. She knows about it. Obviously, she hits me up for shit constantly. But I still get to have some fun. Like, you know what I sent my mother just a few weeks ago for her 75th birthday? A book of fucking stamps. And I put a little note in there. I got these at work today. Ha 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 ha. Don't feel badly. She gets hooked up. So, yeah, she's such a dick. But she is. I don't like that dream crushing shit. I really don't. I'm the opposite. I'm a dream encourager. If you come to me with a crazy idea, then I'll really celebrate, okay? I love people who have just outrageous dreams. And I've put that out there now. Now people walk up to me all the time. They're like, I want to open a hot dog stand where you could buy boots. And I'm like, all right, let's figure it out. I like it. And I'll tell you this. I want you to have crazy dreams. I'm serious. I really do. I'll give you the best advice, sincerely, not a joke, that I ever got about pursuing a dream. And I hope it applies to all of you, okay? Here's the truth. I think this is true. As long as you accept that your dream might not go exactly as you plan, you will still feel fulfilled by the pursuit of your dream. So always go after whatever you want to do. Otherwise, what's the point in living, right? Yeah. That's my mother. Okay, here's how I got her back. It's pretty fun. I never curse her out. As much as I say crazy, I never curse her. Even if I'm really mad, I can't do like, fuck you. I can't do it. It doesn't sit right. I prefer psychological warfare, you know? Yeah. I like knowing that I can ask my mother a question and the mere mention of that question might terrorize her mind for years to come. So I decided I would ruin one of her days. So I chose Christmas. So here's what I did, okay? Christmas morning, my parents and their 5 dogs are at my house. My mother is in a fantastic mood, okay? She is a Latina woman on Christmas morning. You don't understand this type of joy, all right? She's like cooking and dancing. She's like, "Riki tiki tiki la la la. Baby Jesus is here today." Just doing her spick shit, you know? So it's my mom. Okay, so I see her. Yeah. I go, "Mom?" And she goes, "Jay?" Like, I could feel the joy coming off of her. And I'm like, now's a good time. I go, "Mom, have you ever thought about how you're gonna have to bury each one of those dogs?" And she goes, "Why would you say that?" And I go, "I don't know." I go, "You ever think about what you'll do if Dad dies before you?" She goes, "No, I've never thought about this." And I go, "Well, I'm asking you, so think about it." And she goes, "I would pray and I would hope to die the same day." I go, "That'd actually be super convenient. Like, as far as planning the funerals and going over the will, if you can pull it off, I think we'd all be on board." She goes, "Merry Christmas to you." I go, "Merry Christmas to you too." And my dad is sitting 2 feet away. He hasn't heard one word of the conversation. He's just in dad mode, checked out, staring at ceiling lights, you know, like. You call his attention, it just snaps him out of a flashback. I'm like, "Hey, Dad." "Yeah!" Jesus. I asked him the same thing. I go, "Hey, man, have you ever thought about what you'd do if Mom dies before you?" And he goes, "I like blondes and I like big tits, buddy." "Sounds like you've been thinking about that quite a bit." And he goes, "Every night, pal. Every night." I was like, "You guys have different dreams, I guess." But that guy, oh my God. Nothing like men in their 70s, right? My dad's at that really cool place in his life where he says things that are true that provide relief to no one. Like this week, I call him up. And I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "You know, gays don't bother me." And I was like, "That's good." He goes, "They're just living their life. Why would I get upset?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then it's just quiet on the phone. I'm like, "Are we done talking right now?" He's like, "No, I'm just thinking." Oh, it's fun to listen to. As you breathe into the... And he goes, "Your mother and I are going on a cruise." And I go, "Okay, have fun." And I ask him, I go, "Which cruise line?" And he goes, "Carnival." And I'm like, "Wait, isn't that like the party cruise?" And my dad's response, I swear on my children, was, "Buddy, there's no other way to say it. I love watching black people have fun." What? I mean, we all do, but to say it out loud, it's fucking crazy. Can you picture my dad on the aft deck of a Carnival cruise? Just like... "Those blacks are having fun. Let's get some food. This is fun." Let me ask you guys something, man. Are they gonna keep taking our Confederate statues down or what? I'm just taking the temperature of the room. I don't know who's here, you know? Ugh. That's a weird one to start. All right. Yeah, I've been on this phenomenal tour, and I've met people that I've never thought I would meet in my life. Recently, I met a supermodel, which is wild because, well, I don't think she wanted to meet me. I should be clear about that. I was in a fancy hotel in Toronto, and somebody that worked there, you know, they go to her, they're like, hey, he's a comedian. And she was like, okay. And then they go, she's a supermodel. I was like, I can see. And what struck me is that they are so much better looking than you think they're gonna be. Like, you know, you see in a magazine or on your phone and you're like, she's pretty. But in person, you're like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, and then you realize that it's a genetic freak. It is. If you are a supermodel, you are a freak. You are no different than a 7-foot-tall man. I don't know if you've ever met a 7-footer. I have. It is unsettling, all right? You go like, am I a child? What's happening? This woman was so unbelievably good looking. Like 5 seconds into our conversation, I stopped speaking and listening, all right? I was looking at her like she was at the zoo. I was like, let me see your ears. I was looking for flaws, you know? She was absolutely perfect. And then my next thought was, why can't my wife just drown? You know? She knows. I told her. She knows. She was like, you know I can swim, right? I was like, yeah, I know you can swim. Doesn't matter if you can swim. It matters if a jury believes you can swim. So, I wish my dad was still here, you know? He died a few months ago, and I understand it's part of life, you know, it happens to everybody. And, you know, I'd never visited somebody sick in the hospital. That was a new experience for me. And it's strange, if you've never done it, you get to the hospital, and then somebody that works there goes, are you here to see? And you go, yeah. And they go, yeah, they're gonna die soon. And you're like, I thought so too, that's why I came. And then they go, you can go in there and watch that now. And you're like, thanks. Personally, I feel like watching somebody die that you're not trying to kill is weird, you know? Like, it's different if you have somebody, you know, and you're like, and they go, I'm dying. You're like, I know, I want you dead. That's why I'm doing this. That probably feels good. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a euphoric feeling that you chase forever and ever. But ask Garth Brooks. He'll tell you all about it. So. Come on. Where are the bodies, G? Please. Connect the dots. Now, I will tell you this. I did have a great conversation with my father, and I hope if you're ever in that situation, you get it too. We had this great talk, and then he just drops this on me. He goes, you know what I've never told you? And I was like, no. What? And I was really hoping he was going to say, you know, there's a treasure buried in the backyard. It's for you. I go, what have you never told me? And he goes, I like a full bush on a lady. And I was like, what? What? He goes, your mother keeps trimming hers. I go, hey, what the fuck, man? I go, why are you telling me this? And he goes, who am I supposed to tell? I go, the Lord, you're about to meet him. And that was it. And then he said the N-word, and then he died. It was really sad. It was his last wish, all right? Yeah, Make-A-Wish was pissed. They were like, we don't do that. And I was like, well, maybe you should. I mean, if it was between saying that or meeting Tom Brady, I'd be like, fuck Tom Brady. I want to say it. It took me 6 months of pretty intense rehab, PT and OT. Shout out to all the PTs and OTs in the world out there working with people. Fantastic. Well, they worked with me so that I could move around again normally and naturally. And then this always gets me, you guys. 7 months to the day after I was injured. I was at home, I was asleep, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I heard my wife scream, but like a real scream, you know, like, ah! So I took a pillow, I turned, and I covered this ear, right? I am trying to sleep. And then she starts calling me out by name. She's like, Tom, Tom. And I go, God damn it. This sounds real. So I got up, I made myself something to eat. Poured a drink, and I was like, all right, let's go find her. Now it's 2 a.m. I can't see anything. I'm just following her cries for help, and I finally find her sitting at the bottom of the stairs. And I go, what are you doing? And she goes, I think I sprained my ankle. I turn the light on, and I see that the bone that should be like this is like that. And I go, that is not a sprain. I'm sure of it. And she goes, what should I do? I said, you should do nothing. I will call 911. I have to confess, I was very, very excited to call 911. Have you ever been excited to call where you're like, finally, a good one, you know, like, this is why we play the game. I call, the operator goes 911, and I'm so amped up, I go, get fucking ready. He's like, okay. He goes, you need police, fire, or paramedic? I go, paramedic! But send them all. He was like, what happened? And I was like, ooh. And I realized that while what I'm about to say is true, it sounds suspicious. But I gotta say it. So I'm like, my wife fell down the stairs. And the operator goes, uh-huh. He goes, how'd that happen? And I was like, I don't fucking know. He goes, was she alone? I'm like, do I need to talk to a lawyer? 4 paramedics show up. I open the door, and they go, what happened? I go, you know the deal. My wife fell down the stairs. And they go, how did it happen? I go, I do not know. They're like, was she alone? I go, talk to my lawyer. He's on the phone right now inside. You know? Then they start tending to her. Like they put her leg in a brace. You know, they start giving her an IV. I lean over to her, and I have a private conversation, as you sometimes do. I go, hey, I want to tell you something. I don't like the way I'm being spoken to here. I feel like everybody's implying I had something to do with this, and I don't like it. And then I walked away. And a few moments later, she decided to make an announcement. Unprompted. She goes, guys, And they all turn, and she goes, he would never hurt me. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, we've been together a long time. And if you think he did this, he didn't. I go, shut the fuck up. Or I will kill you. Then we get to the hospital, and the doctor's like, what happened? I go, I punched her in the mouth and she fell down the stairs. And he goes, I get it, man. I get it. She's super chatty. I go, I know. You should see her at home. No, she's doing better now. She learned. She gets it, you know. Sandwich at 6. All right, so she came to a show and she saw me tell that story and she was like, can you imagine if you had hit me? And I was like, yeah. Don't feel bad for her, okay? I'm serious. I just did her a huge solid. She asked me to do this, and I did it. She asked me to get a vasectomy, and I did it. So I got snipped, yeah. See? The women always cheer, and there's always one guy that boos. Like he wanted my full load all up inside of him. Listen, if you're a guy and you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's a routine procedure. You will be nervous the morning of. It's your balls. When you lay on a table, it's very cold. It's like 400 below zero, and they pull up your dress very dramatically. They're like, what's going on down here? And your dick just stares at you like, how could you, you know? But it's over in 15 minutes, which I think is remarkable. And then you go back a week later for the follow-up. And the follow-up is just a urologist checking you out. He goes, all right, drop your shorts, you know? And he's like, all right, He goes, yeah, it tastes the same, you know? And he says, he goes, I'm going to give you your homework. Those are his words. I'm going to give you your homework. I go, what's my homework? He goes, go home, ejaculate 20 times, bring in your 21st sample in this cup, and we'll test it and let you know if you're clear. And I was like, that ain't shit, you know? I do my homework all the time, baby. So he goes to leave, but he stops at the door. And he goes, oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Take your time. And I said, I was gonna. And then he says, sometimes I forget to tell people, which tells me that some people have returned rather quickly with their assignment. So I immediately ask him, I go, hey, what's the fastest anyone's done 20 ejaculations? He goes, 48 hours. And I was like, well, that motherfucker can keep that record. I don't want anything to do with that. That's the champ right there. I went home and took another week off. I was black and blue. I was sore. I was like, all right, you know, but after the week, I was like, it's time to get going. I started slowly, you know. I was like, wake up. Didn't feel the same. It was strange, different, you know. I could feel the system turning on. You know what it reminded me of? You know when you run the heat for the first time in the winter, and you're like, this smells weird, man. Like, I could feel it building up, and I could not get this one intrusive thought out of my head, which was, it's just gonna be blood that comes out. I didn't want it to be. I just kept thinking it. So now I'm jerking off all scared. I was like, it's gonna be blood. But I pushed through. I kept going. And when it finally did go, it wasn't blood. And in relief, I laughed. So my first jack back was me going, yeah. Instagram took it down, but it's on my OnlyFans if you want to see it. It's $6 a month. Now, the only thing I could deal with that specific type of pain when I had the vasectomy was eating edibles, you know? I had to eat edibles every day for that achy, weird pain. Yeah, I always feel like I have to confess to people immediately when I tell them that I like edibles, and that is because I am a lightweight, and I like mild edibles. Some people want to eat edibles, and some people want to peek into the third dimension casually every day. It's not me, all right? I like 5 and 10 milligrams, and people mock me and they call me 10 milligram Tom and this bullshit. Yell it to me on the street. They're like, "Are you eating your baby edibles?" And I go, "Yes, because I like to be able to speak." Is that crazy to you? You don't know people that like a couple beers? Is it always, "I like to drink 36. Okay, good for you, Bert. Have a great night. Well, listen to me. If you have never been surprise megadosed, it is horrific. It is a harrowing, panic-induced terror ride. And so a few weeks ago, I did it to my mother. I did. I was visiting her. She's alone. She knows I eat them at night. I've told her for a while they help me sleep, which they do. And she calls them gummies. So she comes up to me and she's like, "Are you going to have a gummy tonight?" And I go, "Yes." She goes, "May I have one?" And I was like, "Yeah." I give her one because I take one. And one gets me high. So I'm like, this is gonna peel back her wig, I sit around with her for a couple hours. And then I ask her, I go, "How do you feel?" She goes, "I feel nothing." Like, "Really?" She goes, "Yes." I go, "All right, well, I don't know. Go to bed, you fucking savage. I don't know what to tell you." The next day, it's evening, and she comes up to me again. "May I have another gummy tonight?" I go, "You had one yesterday, and you didn't feel anything." She goes, "Maybe I should take 2. Maybe you should. I give her 2, we hang out, and again, I ask her, "How do you feel?" She goes, "I feel nothing." I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Should I take 2 more?" I said, "Hey, Pablo, you might want to keep it in first for a minute." She goes, "You don't think so?" I go, "Actually, I do think so. Here you go. Here's 2 more." I give it to her. She eats them, and then she says, "I'm going to bed." I go, "All right." She goes to her room. I go to the guest room. A few minutes later, I receive a series of text messages that I have since memorized. The first one says, "Tommy, I am fizzing." F-I-Z-Z-I-N-G. So I write back, "Sounds cool." Because who the fuck knows? Like, I'm fizzing right now, man. We out here fizzing tonight, baby. I don't know what that is. She writes back, "My heart rate is 125. Oh, I am spinning." So I write, "LOL. I think she's having fun." And then she writes, "Please come now. I don't feel well." I go into her room, and my mother is seated upright That is an alarming look for an elderly woman. Most of them lay down or lean. She's just in bed like. I go, are you okay? And she goes, no. So I take her out to the patio. I'm thinking fresh air, you know? It's clear immediately that we are in for a ride. The first thing she does, she goes, my lips, they are stuck together. I go, I'll get you some water. And she goes, why am I hungry? I said, because it's working. And she goes, the dog was here, the dog is gone? And I go, oh my God. I start to laugh so destructively hard. It is not ha ha ha. It is a deep, primal, I'm watching my 77-year-old mother get high. I'm not laughing. My nervous system is shutting down, all right? I mean, I'm watching her look at sounds, you know, she's like... It hurts. It hurts how hard I'm like... As I'm laughing, I look at her, and at one moment, her face contorts. Her face goes... And she looks at me, and she goes, tomorrow, your laughter will be tears on my corpse. And I'm like... What? She goes, it's the perfect murder. Nobody will know it was June. My lungs invert at this point, and I have tears streaming down my face. She's so high, she thinks my laughter is confirming her thoughts. She starts to legit plead for her life. She goes, Tommy, please, please, don't kill me. I am your mother. I fucking pass out in a chair. I'm like, ugh. I wake up, I don't even know where the fuck I am. It's morning. I walk into the kitchen at the same time as her. I go, hey, Mom. And she doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh, shit. She just walks over to the coffee maker, and she goes, I know you tried to kill me last night. It was very clever. But I am still here, Tommy. I go, I didn't try to kill you. And she goes, oh, yes, June did. So I leave for the day. I come back later. I go, look, I owe you an apology. I should not have let you eat that much. I'm sorry. And she goes, it's okay. I forgive you. I'm like, really? Thank you. That makes me feel better. She goes, I just want to tell you one thing. And I go, what? She goes, I want another gummy tonight. And I go, what? She eats them every day now. She's doing coke. She grew her bush out. She's fucking the neighbors. She's living her best life. If you ever meet her, give her drugs. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Have a great night. Can we just all agree on one thing? Can we just fucking get on board with the fact that it is time to see an end to the man who walks around in public with a cowboy hat on like he's not wearing a cowboy hat in public? I see these guys everywhere. Banks, grocery stores, airports. And now, not only do I see guys wearing cowboy hats, but they have adopted the cowboy persona, like where they think they're actual fucking, like the... Well, pardon me, ma'am. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You look fucking ridiculous right now. Like you're a cowboy? Really? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Bang, 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 bang. Fuck out of here. Here's all I want from cowboys. Just be cowboy all the way, all right? Work with livestock. Like if somebody says, let's go get a beer, I want to hear you say, I got to shave some sheep. End your disputes with a pistol. If somebody cuts you off in line, be like, meet me at the saloon at noon. I'm a cowboy. And you better ride a horse everywhere. If you wear a cowboy hat, you shouldn't be allowed to sit in cars or look at planes. You should just be like, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. San Francisco sure is a pretty city. Yeah, I'll see you there in 6 months when you get there on your fucking horse. If you're a cowboy, then I am a knight. I'm a knight, and I'm gonna wear armor every day in case somebody wants to joust, and you leave me alone because I'm doing the queen's work, okay, mummy? You know who likes to be cowboys more than anybody? You know who? 3-year-olds, because they're not developed yet. And they go, mommy. And you go, yes, you're a cowboy, and your sister's a princess, and your father's fucking Batman. Because you live in La La Land, you don't know what's going on right now. Cowboy hats should come with class rings. So I feel like the same guy that buys one buys the other anyway, you know? Check it out, 87. I scored 14 touchdowns that year. What are you doing now? I'm just thinking about killing myself. Oh, okay. Why don't you get a Corvette and make it a whole kit?
It is simply a substitute for the real thing. Just say you suck at tennis, you fucking cuck. Like, nobody wants to hear that you're excelling at a make-believe sport. Now, no, but it's so social. Anyone can do it. That's why you do it. You're soft. Now, I did something very, very fun recently. I got to fly with the Blue Angels. I don't know if you know what that is. Oh, wow. Wow. For those of you that don't know, that is the U.S. Navy's aerial show program. They put on shows all over our country that are unbelievable. These are elite fighter pilots that are flying in fighter jets 18 inches apart, and they do these wild acrobatic stunts. And I went to the show, and it was amazing. And then afterwards, I met one of the organizers, and very casually, I was like, yeah, I wish I could go up in one of those. And they were like, yeah, you can. And I go, what the fuck, really? And they go, yeah, if you come to Pensacola, Florida. And I was like, ugh. Okay. So I went to Florida. I went to the base, and I met one of the pilots. This dude looked like he was designed in a lab, and then AI just shit him out, okay? This is one of the most beautiful men. I think about this guy every day, okay? My last thought before I go to bed at night is his jawline, and then I go, I fall asleep. So I walk up to him, I go, hey, I'm Tom. And he goes, I'm 7. Whatever you say, Daddy. If you're a 7, I'd hate to meet a 10, you know what I mean? So 7 tells me, he goes, hey, we're gonna do some wild stuff up there. So don't eat a lot, because if you eat a lot, you will definitely throw up. And I go, oh, wow. What if I throw up? He goes, I'll give you a little baggie, and you can puke in that. I go, thanks, dog. What if I shit? And he goes, people don't shit. You don't know who you're talking to right now, do you? Well, we went up for 45 minutes. We flew vertically, we did barrel rolls, we flew Mach 1.2, we pulled 7.5 Gs. It was the most thrilling 45 minutes of my entire life. But when I got back, I realized something. I realized that we are the only country on earth where when you see a fleet of fighter jets approaching, you know something cool is gonna happen. It's just us. Right? Like, dude, we send them to the Daytona 500 to kick shit off so that every asshole there can go, look at that. That's fucking cool. You're like, yeah, here. But if you're in the Hindu Kush province of Afghanistan and you see 7 F-22s, you're not like, oh yeah, today's the race. You know, you just go, ugh. And that's it. That's the last fucking sound you ever make before you hear, and then there goes your mom's village. All right, so USA. Now, well, sure. Why not? To me, his story is more than that, because for me in my personal life, I use his story as a one that where I can see I've evolved some. See, I used to judge him very harshly. A lot of people do. All they see is a blown opportunity. But the older I've gotten, I see it through a different lens. I realize that's a lot of pressure for a young man to have. You know, a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s can't handle that, let alone a freshman in college, you know, the celebrity, the fame, the money. And so now I do the thing that you do if you can. You put yourself in someone else's shoes. And I can do that. I was once a freshman in college. I wasn't dominating college football. I was going to class and I was working part-time at a shopping cart manufacturer. A place that makes shopping carts. Here's how cool that job was. I went in there once on a Monday and I went up to my boss. I go, I think I'm gonna quit on Friday. And he goes, yeah, a lot of people do. Okay. And then on Friday, he goes, yeah, you're done. I go, okay, great. And then he tells me, he goes, hey kid, a lot of people here like you. Let's go to the bar down the street and we'll toast you to whatever you do next. I go, okay, I'm underage, but let's do it. So we went, you know, people from the office came. They were so nice. They gave me good luck cards, little gifts and such. And then one of them gave me a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey, which was definitely meant to be a parting gift, you know, like, take this with you. And I was like, I'll just drink it here at the bar. You know, the bartender's like, you can't do that. And I go, I can't hear you. I'm just gonna do it. Like, how can I make fun of Johnny for not being able to handle millions? I can't handle a free fucking bottle of booze. And let me tell you something, if you don't drink whiskey, if you tip back the bottle 3 or 4 times, your brain actually goes, hey, there's too many lights on in here, beep, bop, boop. And you go, I want to do bad shit. I started taking people's change that was on the bar. I was like, that's my shit, fuck you. You know, my friends were like, hey, calm down. I go, you fucking calm down. And then I ended up going home with a lady who had a most unfortunate face. Yeah. You think I'm being mean, but I know I'm being honest, and that's why we're here. I blacked out, thankfully. Some of you never blacked out. Congratulations on your healthy lifestyle choices. But the rest of us, no, it is horrifying. I mean, I remember I woke up that next morning, I was looking out a window into a yard I didn't recognize. And I was like, where am I? And what is this? And then I turned over and this fucking gargoyle appeared. And I audibly gasped in her face. You understand? Like, I'm here and I went, oh. Oh. And she was used to it. She was like, I know. You're not the first fella to do that. She looked like Bill Belichick, the former Patriots coach, picture him with shoulder-length brown hair. Same face, same body. Yeah, I was like, put the fucking hoodie on. I don't want to see this. And then I left there, you guys, feeling tremendous shame. Now, I told you I was a freshman in college. I was taking Psychology 101. We had talked about shame. You know what they teach you in that class about shame? They teach you that shame thrives in secret. If you feel shame about anything, you should confide it in at least one other person to help release the feeling. But if you keep it inside, it festers and grows, and it can consume you. And I remembered thinking back then, how fascinating. I feel shame, and I know what to do. Tell someone. And then I thought, fuck that. I will die with this secret and bury it under pizza. And as I was doing that, I remember getting a call from a guy who was at that bar the night before. He goes, hey man, where did you go after the bar? And I said, I went home. And he goes, did ya? I go, yeah. He goes, I don't think you did. I go, no, I did. And he goes, you didn't. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, we can stop doing this. I'll tell you what you did. And I go, okay, what did I do? And he goes, dude, you fucked my aunt.